with us. If y'all want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, what up? It's Hunter Grimm. What it do?
Yo, what's up? I'm Yumo Baudoin from France.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. Let's talk about why you guys are here right now.
Yeah.
What you guys been up to with Cirque? What you guys are gonna get into? If you can release that.
So Yuma and I, we've been working for Cirque de Soleil Crystal for the last 6 years or so. That show started in 2017. It's the only show on ice that Cirque du Soleil has. You know, it's full of figure skaters, acrobats, clowns, jugglers, you know, typical stuff that Cirque du Soleil would have in their type of shows. So, like I said, that show started in 2017. I joined in 2018. You joined in 2020, right before?
No, 2019.
2019,
Right before COVID.
Literally, Yuma joined, and then a week later, COVID happened, and we were shut down for 2 years. But
Yeah, good timing.
we've been on a long journey with them, and unfortunately, it's just part of the business. We took our last bow this last Sunday in Vancouver, and it was just time for you know, the company wanted to close the show down. It's kind of seen all over the world and kind of run its length. So we are officially done with Cirque du Soleil, and now we are signed and ready to go to a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. And we're going to be jumping ice ramps on hockey skates, exactly like we were doing with Cirque, but on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. So
Yeah.
it's a brand new cruise ship. It's their new line, Star of the Seas. I don't even think it's done being made right now. So
Now we have to figure this out.
yeah,
With
we were
the-
supposed to join last Monday, but it's quite the extensive medical process to get involved with the cruise ship because you
fucking
don't really
nightmare.
have hospitals and stuff anywhere close by. So they really make sure that you're healthy and good. So
What do they have to do? Like give you all full physical or something?
yeah, full on physical.
Drug test.
Yeah, they messed up on our drug test somehow. Not that we failed
No,
it or
no,
anything, but
that's-
they,
Oh yeah.
they just didn't. They didn't take it, and so literally we flew back to Dallas just to take that, and we're waiting on results. And as soon as those results come in, we fly to California to start doing our rehearsals and getting ready for that. So we'll do a couple months on dry land training, rehearsing and stuff, and then we go pick up the ship in Finland in a couple months here, and then we'll sail it back and do a little test run with no passengers on it or anything, and then we'll tour the Caribbean islands and Port Canaveral once we get the show up and going and the cruise ship's in full steam. So very much looking
Let's
forward
go.
to that, and looking forward to our next journey because, like I said, we've been with Cirque du Soleil for a while, and it's sad to see that chapter close, but we're ready and excited for, you know, the new journey that we have ahead of us. So
That's sick. How did y'all even like get involved or started with that type of stuff?
So me personally, I got in thanks to Kevin LaPierre, and I was living in Denver at the time, and that show in particular, Crystal, came to Colorado Springs, which was about an hour south of us, and Kevin said, "Hey, if you guys want to get a group to come down and see the show," and he got us 4 tickets. So I think I went with Jared Banning, Will Enzenhauer, and somebody else. We drove down an hour, and then we just ended up staying at the hotel that they were staying in because that's an hour drive, and we were doing some drinking, and we definitely didn't want to drive back after. So he showed us backstage and everything, and you know, I don't think if it was for Jared looking at the ramps, and I guess Jared's dream was to work in Cirque du Soleil, he was like, "Oh, I'd love to do this. If you guys ever get a backup position, let me know." And I was sitting over there kind of jealous, and I was like, yeah, me too. And then, you know, Kevin hit us up the next day and was like, "Oh, like, were you guys just drunk or were you guys serious?" And I was like, "Nah, we were serious." And he was like, "Well, we got a guy leaving here in a month or so. So send me like an action sports resume and stuff, and send some videos of you ice skating." And I didn't even have ice skates at the time. I think Will Enzenhauer gave me a $20 pair of thrift skates that I just went on the ice and skated around. But
Well, did you even know how to ice skate, or do you have very much experience ice skating
Hunter
before
knew how
that?
to
yeah,
ice
so
skate.
so that's the main thing they asked was, do you know how to ice skate? Because we take a bunch of sharp turns and stuff. I mean, you could jump on ice skates, but you don't.
Well, you
you
did,
can't
right?
necessarily. But yeah, I grew up playing ice hockey when I was younger, so
Okay.
He was a slasher.
it was kind of like riding a bike for
he was a
me. And
slasher.
I just remember seeing Jared's face. He was so bummed because I was like, "Yeah, I grew up playing ice hockey," and Jared was like, "No, I've never ice skated." He was like, "Dang." I was like, "Sorry, Jared, I stole your dream, but hey, I don't know."
it's fine.
But very fortunate to have had that opportunity and have a mutual friend to get me in something like that, because Cirque du Soleil is, top tier entertainment company. It really doesn't get much better than that. So I'm really happy that I've gotten to share that time and really changed my life. I was just serving tables, barely making it by, being a bum skater rat, and all of a sudden I'm got to be professional and traveling the world, getting paid well, doing what I love to do. So very thankful for that. So I'm sure Yuma might have a different story, but that's mine.
Yeah, I don't have this background ice skating. Like I've never played hockey in my life, and just a guy from Cirque du Soleil just came at Fizz in Montpellier, and he was like, "Yeah, you skate pretty good. Do you want to go in Montreal and like skate for Cirque du Soleil?" And I was like, "Yeah, it sounds sick. Did you ever ice skate?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's been like 10 years. I've never touched ice skates in my life." And then I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And I just trained like for 2 months and went straight to Montreal and did the rehearsals and stuff. And it went good. I just got hired. And 4 years after that, we're here.
Yeah.
What do you
Closing the show.
what do you think about like in the States when you're traveling through, state to state in the United States? Like, is it a lot different from back home, or are you comfortable here, or?
Yeah, I mean, we've done US so many times. We did like 3 or 4 tour in US and Canada, and yeah, it's good. Like it's different. Each states are different. It's very interesting. We've done that so many times, so now I feel like when I come back to Texas, I feel like home because my
Let's
home
go.
is there, and like I'm
Let's
sleeping in
go.
his house and stuff. It's
Yeah.
sick. But very interesting. Like very different from France and Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
And something to add on that is, they've taken us all over the world, and for some reason they like to take us back to the States because we're an arena touring show. So we perform in big arenas. And if it's like in downtown of an NHL team, we'll perform in that arena. Like if we did downtown Dallas, we would do Dallas Stars Stadium. Like we performed in Edmonton and the Edmonton Oilers Stadium and stuff, Tampa Bay, all that. So when we go to Europe and Australia, Brazil, and all these countries, sometimes they don't have ice made for us, and we have to travel with a third-party service that makes ice for us. And it's kind of a cheaper, easier way for them to take us to America, and it's a guarantee that every arena will have ice for us. 'Cause
Sure.
it's one of the most expensive shows
Canada.
for them to run, and that's especially a big part of the reason why they closed our show in particular, because it's the most expensive to run. And this is a big corporation that's been getting sold to different companies and investors, and it's all about money for them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Story.
unfortunately.
So I have a question, like, because did y'all both, I know you, Hunter, you aggressive skate, but you aggressive skated as well, right? Like
Yeah.
before going in this, how does it translate from being an aggressive skater to trying to do those types of things on the ice? Like, what's that like?
That's the thing. Like the transfer between rollerblading and ice skating is kind of different. When I started, I was like, it's probably like the same thing. Like we're just gonna jump ramps, doing flips and shit. And then I just figured that because I've never ice skates before, and I was like, it's way harder than that. Like my skating was very bad before. I couldn't turn in like any like way, and you just have to like learn everything from the beginning. It looks like when I started, I just looked like I just started rollerblading. I had like this feeling to like do like even a 4 or 540, for example. I was like getting stressed and stuff. I was like, this is a basic trick for me, and I'm fucking stressing out for that. And it's like starting from the beginning, and I kind of liked it. It's just like the new like sensation, like new feelings. It's good.
Yeah, it's cool. It gives you a different perspective. And I think the main thing is the ice skating, like taking the sharp, like we take a sharp 90-degree turn and take almost like a spine ramp launch box with a 10-foot gap in between with like a hockey net. And there's like nothing in between. So if you fall short of it, like you're done. So I think a lot of the guys, they take and they train and they have them just skating straight to the ramps, and they can do a lot of their tricks similar to rollerblading, but that doesn't involve anything that we do in the show because you're just skating straight onto it. Like not taking, like you got to take the turns at the speed you're doing, and like you really got to know how to hockey skate and ice skate when you get to that level and trying to perform on the stage that we were on.